guys.
Hey.
We are Sandra and Peter, and we are making this little video for Visual Stories on the Road, which is a cool blog about alternative lifestyle and van life. And for those viewers who don't know us, we live in Australia and we travel the country with our troopy behind us.
We've got a few questions from Edu, and we'd like to answer them in a short video instead of writing a blog post about it. So let's start with the first one.
How was your life before van life and how is it now?
Before Vanlife, we used to be web developers and lived in London, UK, and we have been traveling around the world for a while, but usually between contracts as we were freelancers. And now we just moved to Australia and exploring this beautiful, huge country, living in a troopy. So the next question: what does van life mean to you, and why did you choose this lifestyle over your previous life?
So we've been on the road for about 7 months, and before that we already knew something about van life through YouTube videos and blogs. And as we were freelancers, it was quite easy to put our jobs on hold and just start traveling. It's a way of living a bit more freely, I guess.
I agree.
So what do you miss the most on the road?
Constant reception for the phone. It's really hard to make a YouTube channel if you don't have mobile coverage. But I think that's the most.
I miss the comfort of an own bedroom, of an own bathroom. Sometimes it would be nice to have those.
Yeah. So the next one: how did you realize that it was possible to live in that way against the common life path? Was it difficult to take the plunge?
For us it was not that big of a change, as we were both freelancers. Usually between contracts we used to travel a lot. So we did like a month-long backpacking in the Caribbean, or just travel a couple of months in Hungary, and we just prepared for this travel the same way.
Yeah, we just have to finish our current contract and then we could just leave everything behind almost.
Is it worth it, you think?
Yes, I think it's definitely worth it. We learn a lot, not only about the country, the scenery and the history, but about ourselves as well. We try to adapt.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are constantly living together 24/7 next to each other, and yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah, it's fun. So the next question is, how do you afford it?
We used to be web developers, and as we were freelancing, we managed to save the enough amount for us to buy this troopy, and also enough to spend like almost a year traveling around the country. When you are traveling, you don't have other expenses like paying rent or other stuff. So it's like a balance.
So tell us a little bit about your van and what is the story behind it?
Our van is a Toyota Land Cruiser Troop Carrier. This one. It's a diesel. It's mainly used in the mining industry or in remote areas for ambulance or police. But yeah, there's loads of people just buying them and traveling around Australia in these cars because they have a very, very big backspace that we can just convert to our living space.
It's also a 4-wheel drive, so it's easier to get to like sand dunes or Rocky Mountains or all remote areas in Australia. It's a perfect car for it.
Yeah, you can go everywhere with this. The next question: how would you describe a normal day in your life now?
You usually get up a bit after sunrise and have breakfast in the car. If we stay in a camping spot, we usually have a shower or do some house tidying, then leave for the day, visit a couple of spots nearby in the region, In the evening we do edit the videos and usually arrive at the camping spot at sunset or a bit after sunset.
And we also use the nights to plan our upcoming destinations and what to see, what to visit, how we can get there, and what to skip, because there are so many places you could visit here. The next question: what are the best moments you have lived in this adventure?
I think one of the best moments we had is when we rented a sailboat in the Whitsundays, and we found a little beach for lunch, and we saw a turtle coming up.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to see a turtle in Turtle Bay. That was fun.
Also visited many places like Uluru, and we just camped on a sand dune, or took a ferry to Tasmania, or visited the tropics as well up north.
Next question is, what are the worst moments that you had on your trip?
The first.
I think being sick on the road when you don't have a constant place to go back to is quite hard. Once when I was sick once, it was pretty bad, and then we ended up renting a motel room, and I just survived there.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable being sick on longer trips like these. And also, these huge flies are the worst. I hate them. And they are everywhere.
So the next question is, how long have you been living on the road, and what are your plans for short-term, mid-term and long-term?
We've been on the road for about 7 months, started our trip in August 2016, and we are planning to stay on the road for another 3 months probably. We are visiting Western Australia, and then for the midterm we probably settle in one of the cities and work for a little bit. Long term, who knows? It's very far. Next question: what advice would you give to the people who are doubting to give this huge step?
I think the main thing is that Vanlife is an alternative lifestyle that you can try, and you don't have to be stuck in it forever, but you can always go back to your old life, and it's definitely worth giving it a try.
Yeah, agree. So the next question: where can we follow you and learn more from you?
Well, we have a YouTube channel called Everywhere Together, where we post weekly episodes of our travels. You can check out there. And we also have a Facebook page and an Insta profile and Twitter account. So anywhere where you type Everywhere Together, we'll be there. Let's go on some practical stuff. How do you deal with the next things? Can you give us a couple of tips? Tiny space.
I think we learned. Yeah, at the beginning it was very, very hard to find the correct place for everything, but over the time we managed to get used to it.
Also, we don't carry too much clothes. We are quite limited with our options, but that works for us.
Yeah, we do the washing every week, I think.
And we also buy food for about 3-4 days in advance, and then when we get out, we just restock.
Yeah. What about shower and hygiene on the road?
We usually shower daily, mostly, in campgrounds, free showers, public swimming pools, beaches, all these different places. And we also try to work out every now and then, and we do hike a lot, so we try to stay healthy and clean all the time. Finding a good place to spend the night.
We usually use an application called WikiCamps, where you can filter to certain criteria, like if you want to find a free campsite, or you like to find a place with Wi-Fi, or a laundry, or a shower. Yeah, WikiCamps. And we also use the internet, of course. Relationships with family and friends.
We usually keep in touch through the internet, even though the reception is can be tough sometimes.
Yeah.
We check in every couple of days, and we use Facebook, Messenger, Skype.
Yeah, WhatsApp, Skype, yeah. We keep them updated.
the most important and useful things that you couldn't live without on the road. I don't know if we have...
Probably internet, but yeah, I can live without internet as well. It just makes, it makes life easier.
I think the main thing here now for us is water. Water is the most important thing for us.
Yeah, and shade.
And shade.
And fuel.
Yeah.
And food.
Food is not important.
So the next question is travel routine. How much time do you spend in the same place?
We usually spend about 1 or 2 days in the same spot, unless it's a big city. In a big city we usually spend about 4 or 5 days, because we usually take care of replacing gear or doing extra stuff, having a haircut in a bigger city.
Yeah, and just things that you cannot really do in small towns. So the last one, where do you look for van life ideas, resources, inspiration and help?
Our main resource is wikicams for camping spots and places to look at on the road. For van life inspiration, we usually use other campers and some of the groups that we have on Facebook, such as the Trip Carriers of Australia.
Yeah, we also use YouTube, of course, and check other vloggers, and we used to use Pinterest for ideas. Yeah, online, internet, that's the best place to find ideas. And if you find, you meet a lot of people along the road, and you always check out their spaces as well. I think, yeah, you can get nice ideas from there as well. Thank you guys for watching this short video, and thanks Eddie for providing this space for us. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to hit subscribe.